This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, let's talk about it. 50 Cent, he gets the biggest salute of the day for a twofold reason. Let me say it again. 50 Cent get a biggest salute of the damn day for a twofold reason. I'm going to explain the first half of it and then the second half on the back end. Here's the first half. He said his beef with Fat Joe and his beef with CAMRON lasted too long. Now, a few days ago, i.e. July 28, 50 Cent turned 49 years old. He's about to be the big 5-0, Lord willing. Let's see if he can make it next year. Let me say it again. Lord willing, let's see if he can make it next year, because only God gives you each and every single day that you're breathing. You know, the breath of the nostrils, it comes from him. It comes from the above. So let's see if 50 can make it 50 next year. But what we're seeing before our eyes is the maturation of 50 Cent. Obviously from rapper to mogul. Obviously from rapper to power universe. And now this guy, in his mature seasoned swag, has basically told you, look, I'm a grown ass man now. And I can admit these beefs lasted longer than they needed to. But what I had liked about what he said about the whole situation with Fat Joe and CAMRON was this. Look, we're friends now. And even though they talk to people that I don't fuck with, it doesn't fuck with our friendship. That is the most mature thing men can say about one another, because men have this thing where, you know, they're territorial. They feel like, well, if you fucking with me, you can't fuck with this other motherfucker. Let me say it again. If you fucking with me, you can't fuck with this other motherfucker. I think that that is the most immature thing, because you cannot tell another human being, another grown-up, who they can and can't associate with. Just like they can't tell you who you can and can't associate with. Everyone's going to associate with who they're going to associate with. You get it? You get where I'm going with this? You get where it's leading to? You get where it's really positioning itself? So this is growth on 50 Cent's part to squash the beef with these guys. These guys are all grown-ass men. All of them pushing 50. It looks bad if you have a beef and you're almost fucking 50 and you're still letting it linger. That's just like the Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas beef. It's so immature for something like that to happen, and these guys are almost in their 60s. Although I think it's more on Isaiah Thomas's part, I still think both sides need to get to a place where it's like, are we going to let this drag out, or are we just going to get past it? See, at certain points in your life, at a certain age, you got to get past the bullshit and the fuck shit. Let me say it again. You got to get past the bullshit and fuck shit. So for 50 Cent to realize this, rise above the water. Obviously, things in his life are going to a certain level, to a certain degree, where he's realizing that, you know what? I have less years in front of me as opposed to more years in front of me. So let me get these things together. Let me get my life in order. And he's going through what we would say midlife. And it's not a midlife crisis, because obviously everything is going good for him. So midlife prosperity, where he's thinking about, you know what? Should I continue to dwell on the bullshit, or do I get past the bullshit? So you got to give him credit for that. You got to call a spade a spade. You got to keep it real, and you got to keep it a buck. Now let's get to the second half of it, which is the second salute of the day. The documentary, the special he's doing on Diddy. I like this, because what it shows is that in Hollywood, guys are not going to sit there and higgity fucking hush because they were treated a certain way. It is the most emasculating thing for a grown-ass man to tell a grown-ass man, let me take you shopping. I agree with 50 Cent, and he gets the biggest salute of the damn day, because if Pdiddy told me, let's go shopping, I would look at him and I'd be like, what? Stop the presses and pump the brakes on the nonsense and go sit down somewhere and what? Higgity fucking hush. Matter of fact, I'd probably punch him in the fucking stomach. Punching him in the stomach, meaning that I'm punching him from the gut of where that utter nonsense, that weird, you already know, alternative nonsense has come from. We can't say the word here, but you guys understand. If you put 2 and 2 together, it will compute to 4, and it will not compute to 5 if you get where I'm going with this, unless you're a brain full of mush and a brainwashed dodo head. it's weird for one man to tell another man, let's go shopping. And then the fact that 50 Cent understands the Hollywood party issues that Diddy has had. 50 Cent is not new to this shit. He knows what's been going on behind the scene. And he's just exposing things for what they are at their truest and their most properest levels. So him coming out with a documentary, him coming out with a special was the best way to basically, punch that gut back and be like, look, all this shit that you did with The Game, Brokeback Mountain in him, Meek Mill, Brokeback Mountain in him, some of the Danity Kane and some of these other, TV special folks that you tried to Brokeback Mountain. You're not going to do this shit with me. It's not going to work with me. I'm not Ray J. This is not going to work. I'm not Jamie Foxx. This is not going to work. I'm not going to be silenced here. And I remember so many years later, and now that I'm a media mogul, I'm going to expose you via a streaming platform. Very smart. Because now there's nowhere to run and there's nowhere to hide. You see, you have to be very careful to not mess with certain people. 50 Cent is a troll of epic proportions, epic magnitudes, and epic variation. The only other troll that I know that's on his level when it comes to you don't want to do something against this guy because it will backfire on you is Kanye West and Donald Trump. Let me say it again. The only other trolls that I know that are on that level that if you do something to them, it will come back and bite you in the ass is Kanye West and Donald Trump. You don't want to mess with individuals like this because you're going to have to pay the piper. And in this instance, Diddy is paying the piper because he has somebody else that has power, that has cachet, that is a major heavyweight in Hollywood. Not Hollyweird. Notice I said that Hollywood, that can expose him for his weird, emasculating, let me go take you shopping, fucking bullshit and fuck shit behaviors. So 50 Cent, you get the double salute of the damn day because not only have you shown maturity in basically getting past these beefs and all of this other nonsense and understanding that just because people fuck with other people that you don't fuck with, that don't mean you don't fuck up the relationships that you have basically built or hashed or basically patched up, and then exposing Diddy for the obvious of what everyone always thought about him, that he's alternative as fuck. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.